Protesters from several unions stood in front of the Northern Alaska Environmental Center this afternoon, representing the more than 300 people employed at the Pogo mine who want to go back to work.
I think it's a way for all of us that are frustrated by this whole process and situation to come out and kind of voice our concerns and show publicly that we're all united on this. We want to see this project go forward. We want to see people go back to work. And we want to see the Northern Environmental Center change their position and withdraw that objection.
Workers are upset the EPA closed the project over environmental concerns filed by the Environmental Center.
I think the strategy now for organizations like this is to come in at the last minute and to try and derail the project and to try and increase the cost to where it doesn't become economical anymore.
And with such a short construction season, they believe the center's taking food off their tables. But the Environmental Center says that was never the intention, and Teck took their objections too seriously. And they claim their many requests to speak with the company have been ignored.
Says we really want Teck to come back to the table, that we really want to be able to talk to Teck, get some specifics, these folks back to work. We don't want them on work any more than I think they want to be. I'm sort of surprised that it was taken that seriously by Teck, putting them out of work like that.
Besides that, the center believes work could still be going on.
They did not require a permit until late 2005. They had been working without a permit since early 2004, and that it should have been possible to work out things. I mean, we're under pressure to resolve things, as quickly as possible. I don't know why that we couldn't be resolving them as quickly as possible with work going on.
Exactly where things go from here remains to be seen. The miners want Northern Alaska Environmental Center to compromise, while the center wants Teck Pogo to come back to the table. Regardless, both groups will meet face-to-face next week. Ty Keltner, News Center 11. His name is Mike Lawless. He's been mushing since 1985 and has run the Iditarod twice. But this time will be different.
We've all heard, go with your passion, go with what you love, and I've always had a passion for the Bill of Rights, and I've always had a passion for the dog mushing since I've been introduced to it. So I thought that both of those vehicles could complement one another.
Lawless wants to carry copies of the Bill of Rights from Anchorage to Nome. After reaching Nome, the copies will be delivered to the original 13 states, to President Bush, the President of the Senate, and the Speaker of the House of Representatives, as well as Governor Murkowski's office.
Our theme on this project is celebration, reaffirmation to ensure the continuity. And that's what we're going at it from, and of course we're nonpartisan, a real eclectic group of people involved in it. And I guess if you like grassroots things, this is about as grassrootsy as it gets.
Also, Lawless has applied his passion onto the web. Supporters have put together rightstognome.com. And the same people who do the Alaska Gold Panter website and live updates want to webcast the entire race. However, since the journey to Nome is costly, the group is looking for donations. Through a number of patriotic sponsorships, people can lend their support to Lawless and his cause, including signing a copy of the Bill of Rights and having it sent to the executive branch. Lawless hopes this project will bring more interest to the Iditarod, but above all else, he wants the public to know the trip is not about the musher, the dogs, or the race.
I'm a vehicle, the dog team's a vehicle, and the Iditarod is a vehicle to celebrate our Bill of Rights.
Ty Keltner, News Center 11. Chena Hot Springs Road remains closed at Angel Creek Lodge shortly before where the Wolf Creek fire crossed the road at 54 Mile. Firefighters say they still can't get air support to help because there's still too much smoke. The resort is protected, but firefighters are stretched thin as they try to save structures before the fire gets them. It's confirmed one structure was lost overnight, with possibly more farther north. Chris Nash helped friends with their belongings on Haystack. Now he's got to do the same thing in a different location and from a different fire. But he says he's used to it.
Well, we did it 2 years ago, and it's just kind of a hassle having to do it again, but that's the way life goes, I guess. Rather save it than having to replace everything,
However, relief is in sight as the Type 2 incident management team has been briefed and will take over tomorrow evening. With the calming winds, the fire has slowed, but without air support, it remains out of control. Regardless, the Chena Hot Springs Resort area will be closed until further notice. Ty Keltner, News Center 11.